PCs, people and contracts. It's all investment, and this week we make big moves as we upgrade our tech. We save staff from being thrown under the bus.
That's brutal. Do you know what frustrates me the most?
We take a sneak peek at the life of being a supporter. I'm Lee, this is Vapor Clean. Let's see behind the cleans.
Monday the 26th of February. New day, new week, full of optimism. Last week was brutal, to be fair. If you haven't seen that episode, click the link up above, check out that episode. There was some great cleans going on, but some things behind the scenes, hence the reason we have behind the cleans, that were not much fun. As I say, it is a new week. Danny's back in the office, so we should have a full team back in the office. Good cleans going on. We're already fully booked, so good things to look forward to. We ended on a high last week. 3 new sites starting in the next couple of weeks, so lots of prep work to do for that. Let's get to the office and see what's in store for us. Go! Morning. Me or him? Me or him? Are you alright? I want to interrupt with you straight on the phone.
Yeah, let's take the booking, take the full, fuck it.
No, why not?
So I'm being on the phone like can't get in and the keys are there. Obviously George wants stuff, then Jordan on the phone can't get in, he's in now. I'm like, can we just stop or just go back?
No, that is Scott, but he was working on site, so that one needs disputing. Overdue? They sent the letter on the same fucking date. How are we doing? Are we alright? Has anyone given you the good news yet? Fucking jeez. See? Matt was like, so I'll save it for you. Kim, no, stealing that.
That's good news though, isn't it?
Good, don't it? Yeah.
That's amazing. You know where the other one is, Kim?
No.
Their sister company, if you like, if all goes to plan this week, because she's got to give notice and everything else, just saying, like, how quickly can we start? But obviously, we've got the 30 days of 2P anyway. We're aiming for the 1st of April.
Yeah, this is like duck gel stuff, mate, I think.
I'm gonna head over to Scott and Jordan, who's on a kitchen extractor system clean this morning. It's a little bit outside of our area, this one. Technically, it is Newport side, so it's a little bit outside. But when you're recommended, and it's not too much further. But it's really nice to be able to do this job. Fan is a little bit difficult to access. You may have seen in a video a couple of weeks ago where we've had to twist the ducting and everything to access the fan rather than having the suitable access hatches. But let's have a look and see how they get on.
He's on there.
Yeah. Just get back up first, just after. Yeah, the top goes so bad, mate. Once you go ahead like that, that's working. Wow. God. That should come off nice though. Yeah,
So I said earlier that last week was brutal, and I'm actually just being reminded of that now because I'm working on something where we can actually keep someone on board as part of the team that will obviously push us forward as a business, as well as actually potentially providing them with a much brighter career and long-term prospect. The phrase that I've literally used is hopefully they will be part of the journey. This is a person that I feel is looking for more than just a job. We all have our minimums where they're kind of at. They've been honest with us and said, look, well, you know, I need this if I'm going to stay. Is that something we can do? So rather than just going, well, yeah, we can meet that, or no, we can't, whatever, I've looked at the overall, found a way that works for both, because when you're a manager, leader, company owner, whatever you want to do, you can't just consider the nice bit, the people and the things like that, you have to consider the company as well, because if the company's not profitable, it won't survive. Therefore, it's no good for anyone anyway. So it's nice to be doing that bit this morning. Not so good bit is actually dealing with the flip side, because unfortunately you do deal with those people that aren't quite so nice. Haven't listened to that situation, you're going to have to go and watch last week's episode. Later in the week, which we didn't elaborate on too much, individual basically took to attacking the company digitally, and I'll show you the fake reviews. Have a look at them here. That's the fake reviews, that's the way they were, and they were nasty as much as anything else. And we had to take steps to do that, which is why it consumed me. It drained me mentally and physically, to be honest, because I think when you're mentally drained, it pulls down your physical energy. I work out every day now to keep my physical and my mental energy at peak levels. I didn't tail end of last week because I just couldn't get in the mindset to do it. But we're through that now. We had to take action. We took legal action. We went to the police. We literally did everything. We've gone to Trustpilot and everyone else that we could do to mitigate any damage. And I'm confident we're through that, and it is what it is. You know, it's just one of those things, but it is draining at the time, and that's one of the reasons why last week was brutal. But then this is the flip side. And that's just it, because now we're on the flip side of the positive of looking after someone that really wants to be here, really wants to be part of the journey, to help other people, help the company grow, and that's just amazing. And I'm happy to be able to do that for them. So I'm really glad to be able to do that this morning. It's been playing on my mind.
They're using your money to prop up their own cash flow. Is that the case, or is it because they're a bigger business that has to jump through more hoops to make their payments?
It's Tuesday, I'm in the office. Today we finished with some really good news. Just got to dot the I's, cross the T's, and then I'll be able to reveal. Stay tuned, that's coming up soon. Now let's go and see what the techs are doing.
It's Lee.
The reason I'm ringing, my supply manager has had a look at the contract, and it says 30 days. As a group, do 60 days.
The way we work with all of our customers, or what we do, is we invoice on the 1st of the month, and then it's normally 30 days from there. So you receive your cleaning and it's payable at the end of the month. I can change that with yourselves so it's 60 days. So it would be, you'd be invoiced on the 1st of the month. So let me get this straight in my own head. So like in April, we'll invoice on the 1st of April for April's cleaning. But it wouldn't be due until the end of May. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I would need that changed over in a contract form, because also it says that any late fees is £40, and that's been raised as well.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Obviously in there to protect us, to try and deter. Honestly, it's normally the smaller customers. They kind of hang it out if they can. But I'm literally going into the office now. I'm about 5 minutes away, so I'll change it straight away for you and send it straight over.
Right.
All right.
Wonderful, thank you, Lee.
No worries. Thanks. Bye.
Okay, bye.
They're using your money to prop up their own cash flow. Is that the case, or is it because they're a bigger business that has to jump through more hoops to make their payments? We're obviously talking payment terms. When you go into certain size businesses, when you take on certain contracts, you have to accept the fact that you'll be at least on 30-day payment terms. But then you start dealing with some companies that want 60 days, 90 days even, and then they might not even adhere to that. And some companies just can't prop that up. Ourselves at Vapor Clean, that gets difficult. It makes you think twice, because cash flow is one of the hardest things in business. Simple as that. You can be absolutely booming but have poor cash flow. So what do you do to combat that? I think it's a combination of things. For one, you have to be very strict on your payment terms. If you make an agreement, make sure both parties stick to it. Also, you want a little bit of money from a lot of people a lot of the time. To steal a phrase, you know, we have two sides of our business. One is the domestic customer or commercial customer. It's the specialist side, and they pay more frequently. We have lots more of them compared to our commercial contractors. We take on a large commercial contract and we have to cash flow that for the first 30 days, 90 days, whatever it might be is the agreed payment term. And actually, we're the ones that decide whether or not we want to do that. And I have walked away from contracts before because I don't want to cash flow that amount of money for that long, or someone else's agreement for that long. Sometimes though, you want the work, you know the customer's going to be right, and there's a little bit of pain that you have to get through to make it work. And that's what we're going to do on this occasion.
So today we're going to be out with the support ops, Matt and Ollie. They're out together because they've got Places for People void cleans. This is a contract customer of ours. They're a housing association. They're actually the UK's largest landlord. They've literally got thousands and thousands of properties. Within the southwest, we do all their void cleans. So this is where it's a bit like an end of tenancy basically, but they call it a void because it's where the tenants have moved out. They do all of the maintenance and repairs, and then we go in and get it nice and clean as possible before the new tenants move in. They've got some site visits to do as well and delivery stocks, so let's go and have a look at what they're up to today.
Places for People clean today. Yeah, that makes sense. Flat 18 to 23, but then letterbox 1 to 12.
Wednesday morning, I'm in the office. Quite an eventful day for me today, but we do have Kim, Ashley and a couple of the support ops going up to the new site, James Hopkins Trust, to get that one up and running. The good news that I said that we had on Monday, 100% confirmed, quote that I did last week for Truck and Bus Wales and West, that has confirmed they're going with us. They've chosen us as their new provider, so we're going to be cleaning that there as well, which I'm just over the moon about. It's a lovely site, an amazing site. It's obviously quite a good company and well-known company in the area as well, which could open up more doors, but really pleased to get that one in the bag as well, especially after AD Innovations last week. It's just getting that sort of ball rolling as well. Now we've got a few sites all coming on board, so we will just steady the brakes a little bit and just make sure we've now got a bit of breathing space to make sure everything runs smoothly and they are set up absolutely spot on. But really, really pleased about that as well. Myself, today, I've got a meeting with the accountant this morning to have a look at our profitability within the business. What can happen in business is you can look really profitable, but actually a lot of that is going out. So things like vehicle finance will show up as a profit, for example, but obviously it's coming in and going straight back out because it's paying for that vehicle. You might have that vehicle for 3, 4, 5 years, whatever it is, and it's not really worth a fat lot at the end of the day. I'm doing a lot of work on that lately as well to make sure that our reporting is absolutely spot on, but I just need to dig into it a little bit more, hence the reason for the meeting with them.
Yeah, I remember that. When I was here with Kyle last
So
week,
bad.
stood on it and the whole thing fell over.
It is so bad.
It is, mate.
How long did it for us? How long did it give us for this, Steve?
Well, 2 till 5:30 apparently.
2 to half 5.
But don't forget, we didn't start till what, 2:45 by the time we actually got in.
Look at it, it's so bad, mate.
But regardless, this is the job.
Dripping in it, that's so bad.
Honestly, that's about 3 inches of water and grease.
Okay.
Yeah.
That five's not looking good either, is it?
No, it's not at all. It's never been that much grease in there before. There's been grease, but not that.
So, after all the shit that they gave us about the 2p, they've basically pulled it from tonight and said they're not going in.
But the girls didn't know.
But they hadn't actually spoken to any of them.
From tonight,
Yeah,
that's the end of it.
that's it. Horrendous.
Neither of them got a DBS. They had no training whatsoever. They haven't even seen anyone. They only seen somebody that they started around the same time.
Yeah.
And the only time they seen anyone was that day.
Jesus Christ.
I said, so you've got no cleaning after tonight? She said, oh, we'll be fine unless you can help.
Yeah, I was going
And
to
I
say
said,
that.
but I'm not going to say no because that's not fair.
No.
But I felt so sorry for him, Lee.
I can imagine, yeah.
He's going to start with us tomorrow. Should do the last shift tonight.
Yeah.
Hand back those keys and give her the new set.
Yeah.
Paper cleaner. It can do it morning and afternoon, 6 hours a week. We can do that for her.
Yeah, because that's all she's doing at the minute. Yeah.
And she'll do some flexing with Marcus.
Oh, perfect. Yeah.
So they both end up with a job.
So we can keep him in work and keep him
I just
going.
felt so sorry when she just said, "But I have got a job," and I'm like, "Well, no."
That's brutal. Do you know what frustrates me the most is like their email that they sent over about 2p this, 2p that. We're gonna do. It was pure tactic to put us off and get us to pull out, wasn't it?
They don't even know what a duster is. Never seen a duster in their life.
Oh my God. And when you think, like, obviously, the customer there has been saying that they've been quite happy with that.
Yeah.
That wasn't their concern, was the standards.
No.
It was how they were being treated and how the team on site were being treated.
Gives it by Marcus. It takes
Yeah.
her an hour every morning to get there, and she walks there every morning.
And she'll do more than 6 as well.
So she walks for an hour
Yeah.
to do 2 hours
And then
and then walk home for an hour. Blimey.
It's terrible. But she's a lovely lady.
Oh, we've just got to do what we can do, haven't we? If you watched last week's episode, you'll see that I was talking about tendering. If you didn't see the episode, click the link above so you can go through, catch up on that episode and see what I'm talking about. But I was talking about tendering, which is a process for finding new contractors and things like that. It's very much government, schools and things like that as well. And one of the visits I did last week was for a tender. Now it's the first one that I'm actually going to do myself. When we've done it before, we've always outsourced, but that's very expensive. So that one, which is a smaller one, is one that I'm going to do myself. One of my jobs today is to do another one, basically. This is a much larger one, and I'm going to take a punt at doing it myself, and I'm putting it together basically because I'm thinking, with my knowledge and my experience of mobilising these things, I can detail that to the degree that it will show the value in what we provide. The trouble is with that is majority of the time tendering is weighted quite heavy on the price. Now I'm going through this one, and this one is actually 3 stages. It is a really big tender. It would actually be a game changer for us, and it would definitely take us up to the next level, which is one of the reasons why I want to make sure and get this in. But the really interesting thing about this, you've got 3 stages. The first stage is basically an expression of interest, but they're only going to allow a small portion of contractors to submit a tender. So what they're doing is basically a scaled down version to say, for you to give the reasons, this is why we should tender, this is why you should let us to tender, and then they'll pick the best ones, because they could get 30, 40 companies all submit a tender for this, and it would just take too long, it would be too labour intensive to go through all of that. So they're going to invite, let anyone basically put that forward, but they would have to give their case as to why they're good enough to actually do it. Then the people that they feel are suitable, they'll then actually invite to tender. And there's different options, there's different stages, which I'm really liking about this, because stage 1 is basically financial. So you've got to fill out the financial questionnaire. And now usually this is weighted 50 to 60% of the actual tender. The interesting thing on this is only 30%, which is actually quite low, and I'm pleased to see that, because it shouldn't be the overriding factor in my eyes. So stage 1, financial. Stage 2 is quality. Now this is what I'm all about, and this is what I'm liking to see this. 50% of the tender is weighted to quality. That's so much better. That's exactly what it needs to be, especially in this type of environment. But what I'm also liking is they're doing the third stage, the final stage, is an interview stage, and there's 20% weight on that as well. So they are allowing you to actually go in front. Now that is being slimmed down again. So after stage 1, they will reduce the numbers down. After stage 2, they will reduce it down even further, and only the select few will get to go through to stage 3. Really, really, really keen on this, and quite excited to see where it goes, and you have to check back to find out. Thursday, the 29th of February, we are coming towards the end. Busy day today for the team. We've got lots going on. Myself though, I'm in the office all day focusing on marketing. We've got some things that we need to do. March is always our quietest month of the year. I think it's normally a case of still people kind of getting over Christmas and things like that. So, not many people want to move home and things. Businesses obviously still going, so we always have quite a lot of commercial stuff, but the domestic does slow down a bit. However, obviously on the contract side, we are very, very busy in March with new contracts coming on board. We were talking yesterday about having to bring on the Kites Corner a few days early, as the other contractor basically dropped them in it, which is just such bad practice. It's unbelievable. Happy that we can give the 2 operatives that were there though another opportunity, and we can try and continue forward with them and keep them in some work for the time being, and maybe find them
both of them a permanent site long term. For me, it's time to look at marketing and get some things in place.
The little things of a growing business that people don't always consider, myself included sometimes really, is the things that you need that are always sort of in the background. So we've invested into more time in the office for Chloe to be doing more admin time, but the trouble is with that is the fact that you then have to make sure that they are productive. They have to have certain things that are productive. A lot of businesses, myself included, because I'm a technician at heart, I've always been out on the road and everything else. I don't think twice about thinking, oh, I need a new bit of machinery, whether it's a carpet cleaner, a steamer or whatever, because you know that's going to generate income straight away. You can't actually do the jobs without actually having that equipment. Adding this in means we need more technology. So we've got to have more computers, we've got to have more space. So we're back into shuffling the office around and everything else. We want to bring Craig into the office for our marketing and our content creation and everything else, because we think that'll improve what we're doing. We're getting a lot of technology issues with losing content and stuff like that as well. So we're now looking at a standalone storage system. That's a complication of doing the type of marketing we do. And it's just all those little things that people don't consider as you're sort of growing through and as you're doing things this way. So, yeah, we're kind of exploring the different options, and we've had to make the hard decision to invest in that sort of stuff if we want to carry on doing things the way we're doing it. It will work out. I know it will work out because we'll make it work. We wouldn't be doing it if we didn't feel it was the right thing to do. So, but we've got to find the money or invest the money to be doing it. The money doesn't grow on trees. We've got to go out and get a lot more work to pay for it. So, and then we've got the massive wage increase that everyone deserves, but we have got a big wage increase across the board within the business in April to match the real living wage. And the thing is, and another thing, going off on another tangent, people that are already on the current real living wage go up to the new real living wage. So once they go up, what a lot of companies do is they forget the people above them. They'll forget their supervisors, they'll forget the managers, and etc. etc. Well, the only person in this business that isn't going to be taking a pay rise in April's me. That's not because I don't want to earn more, because of course I do. My bills are going up the same as everyone else's bills are going up, but I will sacrifice my increase in wage to help everyone else. And I don't think that, you know, managers should be ignored just because they're already above that rate. They should go up. So that's something else we've got to think about as well. Yeah, it's like tangent when I'm supposed to be working on marketing as well. Just wrapping up the day in the office. It is just coming up to 6:30, 7:15. Everyone else has gone home, but I'm just doing typical end of month stuff, looking at balances, budgets, things like that. Obviously just tying up as we get all the, well, it's cash flow as much as anything else as we start to get the payments in, wages go out tomorrow, etc. Been a little bit of a quieter day than we're normally used to, a little bit on the eerie side, but we've got some good stuff done. It's been a really positive day in the office. So, but yeah, it's been kind of one of them. That's basically it for Thursday. Let's get back to round up the week tomorrow. You right? Yeah. Lovely weather, isn't it? Lovely weather. Morning.
Did it say support op? I thought it said technician.
I read your mum's email and the spreadsheet and both say support.
Oh, okay. I emailed her back and said, that's George. He was off. Right. No, I just made a balls up then. So yeah, if you could. No, don't worry. I'll just delete it and I'll forward it to Ashley now, because then I'll email my mum back as well and just say I was trying to do too much. Too much right at the end of the day. That's what I was trying to do. So that's another week down which has flown by, and I've got some wins, some losses, some moves ahead and some knocks back as per usual. Don't forget to come back next week to check out exactly what that's all about. We've got a monthly meeting and an absolutely rammed packed week for you. If you want to carry on watching though, please do click here for an episode that you may not have seen before, or click here for a video that is recommended specifically for you. Please don't forget, everyone is appreciated. Click the subscribe button below, turn on the notification bell so you get the heads up every time we upload a video. Thanks very much for watching, and we hope to see you again next week behind the cleans.